Hello everyone, welcome to GB Ready Automation World. Right, we have started a Git interview question series. Right, if you haven't watched part 1, please watch them out first. Right, we'll continue quickly in the remaining questions. What is Git repository? Right, what is a Git repository? Git repository is a storage location where Git tracks manages all versions of a project. Right, Git tracks, that means what we are committing, which file we are changing, what file we are adding, what file we are updating, what file we are deleting. Right, directories, what directory we are adding and deleting, what files we are adding to directory, everything. It tracks and manages all the versions of the project, include files directory. It can be local on your computer. Right, Git means it will maintain in the local only. Right, if we want to host in the remote, then we have to use the hosted platforms, right? GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket. Types of repository: we have local repository, remote repository. There are two repositories, local and remote. Local means whatever we are writing code, right, exist on a computer. Suppose I have created new project, we will initiate git init. By using git init command, we can change that project to git project. Right, then it will start allow, it will track all the changes. Right, that is local repository. Remote repository means hosted on a server, GitHub, GitLab, Gitbucket. Right, remote repository means we have to host our project on anything, GitLab or Gitbucket, GitHub. Mostly is GitHub. Right, enables collaboration with multiple developers. Right, local repository means that is belongs to one developer only. One developer only can do all things. But if you host on the remote repository, multiple developers can push their code and get the latest code. Right, synced with the local repositories. Right, sync with the local repository. Always, right, remote repository will sync with the local ones. How to create a local repository? By using git init command. If you use the git init command, this command creates a .git folder inside the project, making it a Git project. If you use the git init command, it will, what it will do? It will create the .git folder. This is a right hidden folder. You have to enable hidden folder, then only it will show. Right, you can create a simple, right, we'll see that clone. If you want to clone, right, if you want to clone existing project, suppose clone an existing project from GitHub or GitLab. Suppose you are joining in a company, already there might be a repositories, a few people are working. You no need to create anything, you have to clone it, existing one. By using git clone, we can get the remote repository into your local machine. Then you can add, right, add the git add dot means whatever local changes are, all will add to staging area. Right, we have a local staging area and then remote. Git add dot means it will add your changes to staging. Staging means in our local only. Git commit -m message, it will staging to, it will commit in the local repository. Right, your local, right, local Eclipse, or you are using workspace, from workspace to staging. If you git commit means it will stage, that means in our local machine only there is a staging area. Then if you commit it, it will store in the local repository. Then if you push that code into, then it will go to remote repository. Right, there are these four right, stages we will have. Right, then how can you initialize a repository? Right, by using git init command. Right, by using git init command, this creates a hidden git folder. Right, you have to enable hidden files, then only it will show. The git folder stores all the git related files, configuration, commit history. Right, git add command, git add space dot, that means if you want to only add file, give the file name. If you want to add all whatever files you have changed, all those things, dot means all, adds all files to the staging area. Then commit it, git commit -m. What is the double quotes, you can give the what is the commit name. Suppose you are working on some future, okay, login code changes or admin changes. Suppose whatever future files, Jira, suppose you are working for some Jira ID we will mention, right? Git commit -m message. Then if you want to push to the remote repository, then git push -u origin main. Right, you can just a git push. Already it is linked with the, suppose, right, if it is a local repository, then we have to first, suppose you have created project, right, then you added files, then committed, then you have to do link to the remote repository, right? In the GitHub, first we have to create the one repository in GitHub. Now I want to copy my local copy into the GitHub repository. Then we can git remote add origin, right? We can use the command git remote add origin. This we will get from the GitHub. We can create a free account and then create one repository. We will get the repo name, URL, the copy here, copy, and then it will git remote add origin. It will ask for, once you enter, press enter, it will ask for credentials you can give, it will commit there. Right, git branch -main, git push, right? You can point by using this command, you will point to main branch, then push to main branch, git push -u origin main. Right, this is the first time we can create one project in your local, and by using git init command we can change it to git project and then commit to remote repository. If git is in checking if the git is repository is initialized git status, by using we can verify is git is initialized or not. Right, here main thing is git init creates the new local repository. Right, suppose sample thing, just right, change the directory, create the project, git init. Right, here I have a project. Suppose you want to, for this folder I want to initiate the git repository, then git init, then git add the files, git commit it, then git remote add origin, then git push, right, git push, then it will commit our code. Right, these are all the just sample things. Right, these are all the examples. What are the states of a file in the git? What are the different states of a file in the git? First it will be untracked. Right, once you created, it is untracked. That file is a new file, not yet added to git, that is untracked. Then staged. If the file is added to staging area, then waiting for the commit. Next stage is commit. Then committed state. This file is saved to local repository. Right, there is also a working directory, unmodifiable state when no changes are made. Right, suppose, see, untracked. Untracked means a new file, that is git, that is not in the git tracking. Now next stage is what? Git add. It moves to staging area. Right, first we will create the file, next stage is git add. It moves to the staging area. Staged. File is added to the staging area with waiting for the commit. Next, from staging to, if we want to move to local repository, git commit. Then git commit as a next committed state. It is in git commit local repository. If you want to push to remote repository, push. Right, modified. Suppose you have modified the file, again you have to stage it, git add file name, then again commit it, unmodified, no changes since the last commit, modify the file changes state. Right, only three states we have: untracked, staged, commit. Right, untracked, stage, commit. If you create the new file, untrack. If you add that to git, that is staged. If you commit it, it will be a committed state. Right, how you can add file? Git add some file name, it will add, then commit it, git commit -m commit message. Right, what is the staging area in git? What is the staging area? Right, staging area in git is a temporary storage where changes are prepared before committing them to repository. Right, staging area is like a temporary storage where changes are preparing to, before committing to repository, we are storing in some area, right? First, if we create, that is uncommitted file, right? If we git add that file, what will happen? It will store in the staging area, that is a temporary area before commit, right? See, first we will your project file, first we will create the new or modified, then add to staging by using git add command, then we can commit to repository, local repository, right? Name a few git commands with their usage. Name a few git commands with their usage. Okay, fine. 10th and 11 are both are same. Common git commands and their usage. Right. First one is git init to create the repository. Initialize the git. Right. I have a new project. I want to initialize with git. We will use the git init. Then git clone. If you already project is there in the GitHub, if you want to clone it into your local, git clone repository URL. Then git status shows the current status of the file, whether it is a tracked or untracked, modified or staged. By using git status, we can see the file state. If we want to add a file to the staging area, git add, we can, if we give dot, it will add all files to the staging area. If we give particular, we can give space and multiple files, then it will add git add files to the staging area. If you want to commit to local repository, how you will commit? Git commit -m message name. Then git log display the history commits in the repository, right? If you want to see the logs, what are the commits, who committed it, what files committed it, then git log. Git branch list all the branches in the repository, right? Git branch means it will list all the branches of the git. If you want to create the new branch, then git branch name of the branch. Switches to a different branch. If you want to switch to different branch, git checkout branch. If you want to merge one branch to another, right, git merge future branch. If you want to connect local repository to remote, if you want to connect to your local repository to git git remote repository, git remote add origin, then what is the remote URL, right? If you want to commit a local repository to remote repository in the GitHub, then we can use this command git remote add origin and then URL. Push commits to local repository to remote, right? Git push -u origin main, which branch we want to commit. Git push -u origin main. Then fetches the, suppose git pull. Git pull, what it will do? It will fetches the remote changes into local, right? Git pull, and this is an optional. Origin main is, suppose if you want a particular branch, if you want to pull the code, then git pull origin main. Suppose git reset file removes a file from the staging area without deleting the changes, right? Without git reset, what it will do? Suppose already you have added a file to staging area, right? You created one file, you git add command, you use staging area, it moved, but I want to back to untracked file, then we can use git reset file. It will not reset means what it will do? From staging area to local, it will untracked file. Then if you want to remove the file, removes a file from the repository, git rm file name, git rm file name. Git stash, what it will do? Temporarily saves uncommitted changes without committing them. Suppose sometimes what will happen? If you want to take the latest code from the repository, remote repository, but you have a local changes, right? Before taking remote repository, what we can do? We can store our local changes in some temporary place by using git stash. Git stash, what it will do? It will store our local changes in the temporary storage. Then we can take the latest code from the repository. Then again we can get back it. Right? How to get back it? Git stash pop. Restore the last stashed changes. That means once you pull the latest code changes, then git stash pop. If you use this command, it will again whatever locally stored, it will apply to again. It will get back. Git diff shows the difference between modified files last commit. If you want to verify what are the changes with the last commit, your files git diff creates a new commit that undoes the changes from the specific commit. If you want to revert the specific commit, right? If you want to revert the specific commit changes, git revert, and there will be a, if you see the git log, it will show the IDs for every commit. We have to give the which commit you want to revert, git revert commit ID. If you want to see git history in one line, single line, git log means it will show multiple lines. But here we can use the git log hyphen online. Git log hyphen online. One line, sorry. One line means it will show all the changes in the one line. What are the who committed, on what date, what files in one line. Right. What are the advantages of using Git? One is distributed version control. Right, we know what is distributed version. Right, and every developer will have full copy of the remote repository, no dependency on the central server. Fast and lightweight. Git operations, git commit, branching, merge are very faster. Branching and merging. Right, branching and merging. Developers can create separate branches for their features, bug fixes without affecting main branch. Right, collaboration is very easy. Right, developers can work on same project simultaneously without overriding each other's work. Secure and reliable. Right, every commit in the git will do in the encryption, ensuring data integrity. Right, no one can see what it is. Then tracks every change. Right, whatever we will commit, every commit git will track it. Right, works offline. Right, we no need internet connection also to work with. Right, git we can work right offline. Whenever the internet is back, we can commit it. Open source and free. Git is 100% free, open source. Works on Windows, Linux, Mac. Strong community support. Right, if you have any issues or anything, we strong community support is there. We can easily integrate with the DevOps and CI/CD. Right, Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, different cloud. Right, CI/CD tools. Right, next we will continue remaining in the next session. Thanks for watching. If you like my way of teaching and content presentation, just subscribe to the channel, enable notification for future videos. If you want to give any suggestions or if you want to write any clarification you require, just comment in the comment section. We'll reply to that. Thanks for watching.